Welcome to today's session, children. In the last class, we have learnt about quantum numbers and the shapes of orbitals. So just once again revise about quantum numbers. So what is the first quantum number? Principal quantum number where n values are 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next quantum number, it is angular momentum quantum number, which is represented by the letter L. And what is the rule to be applied to calculate L values? 0 to n minus 1. So for the first shell, L is only 0. When n is equals to 2, L is equals to 0 and 1. When n is 3, L values are 0, 1, 2, 3. And when n is equals to 4, L values are 0, 1, 2, 3. So the maximum value of L is 1 less than the principal quantum number. The next quantum number is magnetic quantum number. It is represented by the letter Ml. So here you have to apply two formulas to calculate the total number of magnetic quantum numbers and what are they. So here for a particular L value you have to apply this formula 2L plus 1. So when L is equals to 0, 2 into 0 plus 1, which is 1. So what is that 1 value? It is 0. So ml is 0. When L is equals to 1, 2 into 1 plus 1, it is 3. So there are 3 values. What are those 3 values? You have to apply this rule. Minus L in between 0 and the maximum value is plus L. So what is minus L here? It is 1. So ml values are minus 1, 0 and plus 1. So total 3 values are possible when L is equals to 1. Coming to when L is equals to 2, 2 into 2 plus 1, total values are 5. What are they? Minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1 and plus 2. And coming to 4, when principal quantum number is 4, L values are 0, 1, 2, 3. So when L is equals to 3, you have total 7 values. What are they? Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2 and plus 3. Now these magnetic quantum numbers, they correspond to particular subshells. So what are the subshells? When ml is 0, when L is 0, what is the subshell? It is S. And when L is equals to 1, the subshell is P. When L is equals to 2, the subshell is D. And when N is equals to 4, when L value is 3, the subshell is 4F or F. Now, why did I mention the numbers here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, for the principal quantum number 1, when n is 1, the electrons are in the first shell. So, here when we write S, we write it as 1s, where 1 is nothing but principal quantum number. Here I have written it as 2s when n is equals to 2. It is S subshell. Why did I write 2? 2, it represents the principal quantum number, indicating that this particular S orbital, it is present in the second shell. Even 2p indicates that p is in the second shell, 2p. And coming to 3s, 3p, 3d, here these orbitals are present in the third shell when n is equals to 3. And here you have 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. So which indicates that these 4 orbitals are present in the fourth shell whose principal quantum number is 4. So to remember better, I will give you an example. Now, when you have to go to any particular house, what do you need? Because there are so many houses in the city. So you need an address to trace any house. If there is address, you can trace any house at any corner. Similarly, quantum numbers also serve as address to the electrons. In other words, they give identity to the electrons. So to remember better, you can just correlate these n values, principal quantum number values, to straight numbers. Street number 1, street number 2, street number 3 and street number 4. So inside the atom, you are having these streets in the form of shells, main shells. These are main shells. Now inside these main shells, you are having subshells. Okay. So what are the subshells here? Here 0, here 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, subshells. Now you can compare these subshells with the number of houses present in the particular street. So in the street number 1 there is only one house. In street number 2 you have 2 houses. Street number 3 you are having 3 houses, and in the street number 4 you are having 4 houses. Now coming to magnetic quantum number. Okay, now you can just correlate these values with the number of portions present in a house. So you might have seen in various colonies, each house has 2 portions or 3 portions or 4 portions and so on. You might have definitely observed. So you can compare magnetic quantum number values with the portions in a house. And how many portions are there? Now for example, you take when N is equals to 2, you are having total 5 ml values. Means indicating that there are 5 portions in that house. And what are the house numbers of the 5 portions? -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. So if you correlate with these examples, you will never forget the concept. Now coming to the fourth quantum number, that is the spin quantum number, which indicates the spin of the electrons. So how many possible spins are there for the electron? Only 2. One is clockwise direction and another one anti-clockwise direction, having 2 values, +½ and -½ So spin quantum number you can compare with the number of people staying in each portion. So maximum only 2 people can stay in each portion. That is what you have to remember. Now these are the subshells which correspond to these quantum numbers. Now coming to these subshells, we have already studied about the subshells in the previous class and their shapes. S orbital has spherical shape, P orbital has dumbbell shape, and D orbital has double dumbbell shape. We have already studied about different P and D orbitals in the previous session. Now each orbital can take in how many electrons? Only 2, maximum 2. Because there are only 2 possible spins, there is no third spin. So every orbital can accommodate the electrons with opposite spins but not same spin. For example, in a particular orbital, we cannot accommodate 2 electrons having clockwise spin or 2 electrons having anti-clockwise spin. So one electron must have clockwise spin and the another electron must have anti-clockwise spin, having the values +½ and -½ So what are the shapes of these orbitals? S orbital, it is spherical in shape. P orbital has dumbbell shape. Now coming to D orbital is having double dumbbell shape. So this is a double dumbbell. This is one dumbbell, this is another dumbbell. So S orbital is non-directional, but P and D orbitals, as they have dumbbell shapes, they are directional, orienting on different axes X, Y and Z. Now each orbital, see in 1s you have 1 orbital, 2p you have 3, and in the D you are having 5, in F you are having 7. So each orbital can accommodate only 2 electrons. So in 1s total how many electrons are present? Total 2 electrons are present. And in P you have 3 orbitals. So 3 into 2, 6 electrons can be accommodated. Coming to D, you have total 5 orbitals. 5 into 2, 10 electrons it can accommodate. And coming to F orbital, you have total 7 orbitals in F, which can accommodate 14, because 7 into 2, total 14 electrons can be accommodated.